hello, I'm live. Hello, Catherine. Oh, hello, Linda, and hello, Sue. I hope you're all right. Now, I hope the sound's okay. I ask every week because I never know what it's going to be like. I hope that's okay. So if you'd like to send a little thumbs up if you can hear me okay, that would be brilliant. If you could see my desk, girls, I've tried to be organised for today. Hello, Hazel. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Good. Thank you, Sue. I'm glad you can hear okay. Good. Excellent. That's what I like to see. Good. Well, it's a lovely sunny day here, but it means I've got my blinds closed. So I've had to put some little lights on, which are reflecting a bit on here, but hopefully it won't reflect when I take this away. Jeanette, you've done your housework. Well, look at a promise. Well, look, can you come and do mine, please? Hello, Val. Because I could do with a bit of housework being done. I don't know what it is with this house. It is the dustiest house I have ever lived in. And it's a new one. It's a fairly new house, but I've never known so much dust be created. And I don't like housework. I'd much rather be crafting. Hello, Judy. Welcome. Right. I am going to get started. Now, my plan for today, yes, I have got a plan, is I am going to use this stamp set. And those of us that were on stage and went to On Stage online and got the goodie bag, this was the stamp set that we got in our goodie bag. And although I've used it a couple of times, so it's not completely virgin, I thought it would be nice to use it. And it's from the mini catalogue, and as you can see, it's got all these lovely seed heads on it. Now, I must confess, I am not using any of the sentiments because I need to make some birthday cards. Oh, there's a happy birthday there. I didn't notice that. I could do that one. So my happy birthday, I'm going to use Vine Design, which is another stamp set from the mini catalogue, and that's what I'm going to use. Okay, that's why same all new houses. Well, is it the same though, Kath? Do you think all new houses are dusty? I reckon it might be down to the, and I hate to say it, the stuff they put on the walls. You know what I mean, don't you? So, anyway, all of the stamps that I'm intending to use are on blocks. So by the side of me, I've got 8 or 10 blocks with stamps on, all right? It's a good job you can't see what's around the periphery here, because I've got a lot of stuff. And the colours that I'm going to use today are, I'm going to use the neutrals, and I'm going to use these 6x6 Designer Series paper pack that have got some of all of the neutrals. All right, so those are the colours that I'm using for today. Right. Oh, you're going to be crafting too. Well done, Hazel. Good, that's what I like to know. So let's get going. And of course I am going to make a square card, my favourite. And this, again, I'm sure you all know by now, but this is a sheet of A4 thick, and I've cut it at 5 7/8, and then I've scored it at 5 7/8. So that gives you a card that is just under 6 inches square, fits into a 6-inch square envelope beautifully. All right, and you'll notice I'm using very vanilla. I'm not even using Whisper White. So there we go. Oh, have some lunch. I made myself a sandwich, Hazel, a banana sandwich, and I think I've only eaten a quarter of it. So if my stomach starts to rumble, you know why. So let's get going. So I've got some pieces I've been very organised. I've die cut lots of pieces. I've die cut lots and lots of squares to put use as mats. So this is a very vanilla mat that measures 5.5 by 5.5 inch square. Right, so I am going to use crumb cake as my first colour. Right. And you can see this is one of the old style stamps, and I still like the old style stamps. So I am going to use this lovely big image from this stamp set. Can you see this one here? Poppy heads, I think they are. Right, and because it's a big stamp, I'm taking my ink. You've got prawn cocktail sandwiches. Well, you live a life of luxury down there. So there we go. Banana and prawn cocktail. I can't think of anything. Yes, I love prawn cocktail, but quite opposite on the spectrum, aren't they? Enjoy your sandwich, Hazel. Right, so what I'm going to do is I am literally just going to stamp this. And because I'm cack-handed, I am going to stamp this sideways. Like so. Look at that, isn't that lovely? Really nice. I'm going to stamp it again. I'm going to stamp this here. You'll notice that I'm keeping it all to one side. I'm going to now put this one on here, and if it comes off the edge of the page, I'm not worrying. Okay, so there we go. And as my New Year's resolution is to clean my stamps after I've used every one. Here we go. I've got a nice wet chamois here. Bananas don't belong in sandwiches, and neither do prawns. Well, there you go. I like banana sandwiches, and I like prawn sandwiches as well. So, here we go. So, now what I need to do is I need to do a sentiment. I've got lots of cut bits here. And my happy birthday that I'm going to use. You agree, Judith? Oh, okay. Oh, yes, they do. We could start up our own little pantomime. Oh, yes, they do. Lovely. Right, I'm going to put a circle. I think I'm just going to pop a circle there. Sort of there. Lovely. And that's going to go on there, I hope. Let's see will that fit. Oh, it's a bit tight. I'm going to bring in one of these shapes. Now this shape is from the, and I should have got the box out, is from the, from Tasteful Labels, I think. Remember last week I did the Stitched So Sweetly? Well, this week I'm using Tasteful Labels. And you can see it's got lots of different shaped ones. This one is lovely because it not only leaves, puts a pattern on the inside of your circle, it also leaves it in the outside of the circle onto your card, which is really nice. All right, so I've die cut lots of these, so we'll keep that handy in case I need it. So let's bring in Happy Birthday. Oh no, that's a bit wonky, isn't it? That is very... I'm going to change the block that's on because it's a bit small for it. It's a bit small for my fingers, actually. That's probably why. Let's just... I don't mind if it's not particularly straight on the block, but it does... I've just turned it over to the emergency side, look. That's better. That's better. Okay, so now what I want to do is, that's quite a big space round there that's empty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in some Sahara sand, and I'm going to stamp some of the lovely little, now this has got a little, now I think that looks like a sycamore seed head type thing, but I'm probably wrong, but all I'm going to do is I'm just going to stamp this round here. Okay, clean nib stamp. Any more? No, I don't think I'll put any more on there. I'll shut that up. And then we'll bring in our base card. Okay, so we're starting with a nice simple card, right? Just stamping. And that's going to sit on there. Cool. Yep. That's going to sit on there. Do I want anything else on it? Nope, I don't think I do. So let me attach this to the front of my card. I'm using Stampin' Seal. Make sure I've got my fold on the left hand side. So, and then that's going to go on there. I'm going to pop it up with some dimensionals. I've got some in my little box here. Let's bring in some scissors, because I've got down to the edges. So a sycamore seed, that's what I think it looks like. It's going to go on there. Or should I put it there? No, I'm going to put it there. I'm just going to pop it in the corner there, like so. And then I will bring in my favourite. I'm going to bring in some twine. Do a little bow. There we go. Snip those bits off. And that is literally going to go on there. So I'll bring in a... Hello, Carolyn! Oh, no. Oh, I am sorry, Carolyn. Oh, dear, oh, dear. That is very sad news. Oh, well, I'm glad you could come on today, and we can cheer you up. We can cheer you up, can't we? Oh, dear. Talking of sad news, those of us that are piglets that are on, I am dedicating today's session to Lee. Lee, those of you that don't know my Stampin' Up story, Lee was the lady who I joined with nearly 5 years ago, and she was the one who got me into stamping. And she sadly passed away with COVID, which is very, very sad. And we've only heard this morning. So I am dedicating today to Lee, because she would be thrilled to bits knowing that I do this. She probably knew I was doing it, because I got a feeling she joined us a couple of times in secret, so to speak. There we go. So there's my first card. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry to hear it was your favourite one. That is even sadder, isn't it? So there's the first card that we've made. Carolyn, so that you know, I am using Enjoy the Moment. Yeah, it is shocking. This is the stamp set that we got in our bag from on stage at home. So let's get on and do another one. Right. So now I thought I could make a kind of a wreath card, right? And I'm going to use this one here. I'll probably use that one as well. And I think I might use that one. So there's that one, and the little sycamore ones. And I'll bring in the little seeds that are there as well. And I'm going to use Night of Navy. I like Night of Navy with Very Vanilla. I think they're really nice colours together. So what I've done is, this is a 5.5 by 5.5 square of Very Vanilla. All right, and I'm going to put these up here. You'll be able to see, just be able to see them. I'm going to put my ink over here, and I've punched out a 2-inch circle here on a post-it note. So I've just got a little bit sticky, all right. And I'm going to stamp with the biggest one first. Whenever you're doing a wreath, you always want to start with the biggest image first. Did you not get the bag on stage, Carolyn? I thought you did. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into these corners here. Yeah, I'm just going to go into the corners. Now I could do this with my Stamparatus, but I thought I'll do it without today and see if I can do it. Okay, here we go. Isn't that lovely? Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now that's funny, Carolyn. I've just got a little message to say you're watching, and I can wave to you. Oh, you didn't pay the extra for the bag. All right, okay. Well, it's in the mini catalogue if you like it. So here we go. So now what am I going to add in next? I'm going to add in the little sycamore leaves, and I'm going to put those like so. I've got painful thumbs today. Yesterday I had to fix the lock on the back gate because it when we had all those winds, the blinking thing blew open and took one of the bits of the thing that held the gate closed. So I had to get a screwdriver out and fix it. Okay, so that's that. Okay. Shall I put some of these little seed heads on? I know what I'm going to bring in first. Now, what I've got here is, I've got some little dots, and these come from Sweet Ice Cream. Can you see these dots here? I like little dots, so I'm pleased that we've got these. And this was the stamp set that I won at on stage. It was my prize patrol. Right, so what I'm going to do, oh no, I didn't mean to do that. I don't want to do it in blue because I think that's going to be too much. So let me clean that. I'm going to bring in, get that out of the way, I'm going to bring in Smoky Slate. Where's my smoky slate? Right, so smoky slate. And what I'm going to do is I'm kind of going to go round the circle, right? And there's a flat edge, flatter edge there. There we go. Clean my stamp. And I'll shut that because I don't need that for the minute. I don't think. Now I'm going to pull this off of here. Yay, look at that. I've got a nice circle. Can you see? Lovely. Good. Now what I need is a sentiment. Now am I going to use the same sentiment? I'm going to need a circle, a bigger circle than the one I just had. Let's try, that was the one. Okay, that's that. And I think what I could do with is, in fact I've already done it. I've got I punched some, yeah, look, that will not go nice on there. Right, so I'm going to stamp that happy birthday. I'm going to try at any rate and see what happens. I'm trying not to get my head to knock my camera. So if you suddenly wobble, it's because I've managed to hit my webcam. Oh, that fits on there nicely. Lovely. Lovely. So I am going to bring in Smoky Slate again. And I think what I'm going to do... Oh, clean your stamp, Wendy. Okay. I am going to... With Smoky Slate, I'm just going to stamp a couple of times. There we go. What do you reckon? So that's going to go on there, like so, in the middle of the circle. And then that's going to go on there. Okay, so I'm going to attach this to this. So, just got a tiny little border all the way around. Right, and then this, that will go on with dimensional. So let me bring in a card base. And I've got my Night of Navy ink open. Shut it quick before I stick my wrist in it and get ink all over myself. Right, so make sure the fold's on the right. Hello, Penny, welcome. How are you, my dear? Okay, so this is going to go on here. Nice, that's lovely. Now I think that needs some dimensionals on it, but let's just first of all, put this onto our card. I'm going to bring in some. This one is Seal Plus. Don't worry about being late, Penny. That's absolutely fine. It's lovely to have you with us. And I'm just just going to pop this on here. Like so. And then get some dimensionals to pop this on. Now, I did get a new sheet of dimensionals out. Where have they gone? There they go. A brand new sheetler. Good. I'm glad you're okay, Penny. That's lovely to hear. As you just joined, I'll just show you the stamp set that I'm using. When I've just got rid of these backing bits from the back of me dimensionals. That is going to go on there. So the stamp set that I'm using today is this one. It's from the new mini catalogue, and it's got lots of seed heads on it, which is lovely. And they're just beautiful drawings. Now, for somebody who can't even draw a stick person, this is ideal for me. All right, so I'm going to get some pearls. Pearls are my choice for today. So where's me thingy? And I've just noticed I've got a little blob of glue there, so I'm going to cover that up definitely with a pearl. Nobody would know that was there then. So don't you go telling anybody, right? Let's put one there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I try and stick with odd numbers if I can. Here we go. 5. So there's another card done. Very monochrome, but very classy, I think. So, good. So where am I putting the cards that I've made? I'm putting them over there. Right. So, let's do another one. Bring in some, and I'm using very vanilla today, Penny. Not a colour I use very often, but I thought I'd dig it out. So, here we go. Now, what am I going to do next? Right. I want some, have I got them here? Yeah. In my, oh dear, in my, look, I've cut that, and that's going to go on there. So let me just cut that down because it's too wide. So I'll bring in my, in fact I might put it straight onto the face of the cards. Save trimming it. Let's do that. Right, this is going to go on there. So this is 5 7/8 wide. Right. And that's going to sit on my card like so. So I'm going to bring in some DSP. So what we're going to use. Now in the neutrals there is a green. There is a green, and it is Mossy Meadow. Here we go, Mossy Meadow, look. So I've got the green ink out, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this up here. So I do need my trimmer after all. So I need to cut this down too. This measures, so if I cut that to 3 inches, this is when you're making the card bases and cutting bits up to make your mats. This is the bits that are often left over. So that's that. That needs to be 5 7/8. Just going to give this a little bit of a trim because I think I've managed to. Yeah, you can see it's just a tiny little bit more than 5 7/8. So I just trim that teensy weensy little bit off. Look, that's a good sign of a good trimmer. What are you doing, Hazel? You're cutting out circles. Oh, are you? Oh, you're using the paper that I was using last week. Right, so this is going to go on here. Like so. Right? Okay, good. So let's get rid of that for the moment. We are going to fill this. So let me bring in my mossy meadow. And now I must confess, I have not used this for ages. So I don't know quite what state it's in. I don't know whether it might need re-inking, but never mind, we will get by. So I am going to stamp over these bits. Anybody else crafting, or are you all just sitting and watching me? Oh, that's very faint. Oh dear, let me see if I... That looks a bit better. Right, okay, I've really got to apply some pressure. It probably needs re-inking. But if I re-ink it now, I probably won't be able to use it, because I like to leave it for a bit before I re-ink. So there we go, that'll do. So we're just going to have to be a bit careful. So let's bring in our lovely little thing that we decided was a sycamore seed. Oh, that's better. You'll notice I'm coming off the piece of card. I've got my desk protected, and I'm just turning my card around. Oh, you're colouring, are you, Catherine? And Judy's painting. I assume when you mean painting, Judy, you don't mean painting the walls. You're painting a picture, I bet. And what are you colouring, Catherine? Something you've drawn yourself. Okay, right, so let's bring in another of the seed heads. And we could do with one there, I think. I'll just pop it at the end. Okay. And we've got this lovely, I wonder if I can get that in there. What do you reckon? Do you think I will? Can I get that in there? Yep, good. I'm going to just stamp off so they're a little bit lighter. Just add some more. I think that's enough of those. There's one of the things, painted poppies. Oh, you can't draw either. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one, Catherine. Is that the painted poppies stamp set? Because that is lovely, isn't it? I do like it. I'm going to just fill in some of the gaps here with these little seed heads. There we go. As I was saying, one of the reasons I like stamping is A, because I can't draw, and B, because you can just stamp any size of paper. I mean, I used to do, oh no, I want that. I used to do lots of digital cards. Those of you that know me know that I sell my cards, and I used to do a lot of digital cards. And one of the things with digital cards is you don't have the kind of flexibility that you do with stamps. which is why I like stamps. Now I'm fiddling about with my blender brushes. So this is my one for greens, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all around the edge. I love these. I am thrilled to bits that Stampin' Up have brought these out, because I know some of you girls have had them for ages, but I wouldn't buy them unless Stampin' Up had them, you see, because I wouldn't be able to use them. Well, I would feel that I wouldn't be able to use them. So I'm just coming around the edge, starting off the paper and then just doing a little thingy here, just filling in there, filling it in. It makes the very vanilla look a totally different colour, don't you think? Lovely. Now let me show you what I've done. So what I've done is I've got because I'm a bit fussy, I don't like to see my stamps, my brushes dirty. So I've got a chamois, and that just gets a bit of it off, cleans it off. There we go. So I now know that that's not gonna go forward. And I've got a bit of kitchen roll, and that is just literally rubbed on there to make sure it's nice and clean. So I'm hoping that that is clean. Yeah, because they're very tight. Can you see how clean that is now? They're very tight bristles, lovely and soft on your face. I know they were makeup brushes, weren't they? That's what they were designed to do. So, right, so let's close that and bring in our card base. So that's going to sit on there like so. That's going to sit on there like so. And now, what have I done with it? We've got some lovely green twine stuff. What have I done with it? Oh, I think I've put it somewhere safe and can't find it. There we go. Some lovely twine. This comes from the Dandelion Garden, the Dandy Garden suite. And it's braided linen trim. And you can see it's quite thick. But look, that goes with it. Lovely. So let's put those together. So bring in my oh, I've just seen your note, Val. You're using the same stamp set. Well done. Real. So that's gonna go on there. Hoping I can get that straight. Yep, that'll do. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to run a little bit on here. Put that there. I'm going to bring in my silicone mat so that I don't get glued up. Go on there like so. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to pop it up on, now am I going to put it on dimensionals? No, I'm not going to put it on dimensionals. But do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put my card base through an embossing folder. So bear with me while I just do that. Okay, so I've got my big stamping cut and emboss machine on my trolley here by the side of me. I'm just going to emboss that bit. Okay. Okay, so I've put that through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss. Let me just emboss. That's it. Just give that a bit of a burnish. So now we've got a bit of pattern to our card base. There we go. Now that I can pop up on some dimensionals. In fact, I've got this. Let's use these ends here. I'm going to pop a dimensional on the ends of where my twine is, just to keep them in place. And then I'm going to dot some about. There we go. How's your mum, Penny? Is she okay? Use those corner bits to just fill in the corners down there. They're quite handy. Like so. Look, that finishes off that whole sheet. Ta-da! Finished a whole sheet. Lovely. And you know I like to put lots of dimensionals on. I reckon I could take out shares in a dimensional company and it would be, I still probably wouldn't have enough. Good, I'm glad she's okay. When you next speak to her, say hello from me. I'm going to bring my little bin a bit closer. Let's bring it over there. Oh, I know what I was going to say to you girls. Do you remember last week I said about mystery stamping? Well, the first session is going to be this coming Wednesday, right? Wednesday at 12 o'clock. And what I will do is I will post the first clue onto this Facebook group. Those of you that are in my mailing list, I've almost finished off a mail to send to you, and I will. So, and that will include the list of clues as well. All right. So, just let me remind those of you that weren't here what mystery stamping is all about. It is a mystery, and what will happen is I will give you the clues, which would be like what card base you need, what size designer series paper, what sort, if you need a sentiment stamp, and if you need an image stamp. And I will tell you everything that you need, and then you go into your stash, you dig it all out, all right, and have it ready for when we go live on Wednesday. And then on Wednesday, I won't be crafting. All I will be doing is I will be giving you the clues. All right, so we will go through it clue by clue, and it might be that the first one might be score and emboss your card base to make a card base, and then we will go on and I will say stamp this or add your designer series paper here, and it will be done fairly slowly. All right, and the clues will be given out verbally, and I will also give them out visually, so you will see them written down. All right, and if I think there's something that perhaps you might need a bit of help with, I will have a sample of something or be able to point it out to you. All right, and we will just go through the clues, and as each clue is done, I will say to you, say done 2 when you are finished clue number 2. And then when most of you are finished, all right, then we will move on to the next one. And we will carry on doing that, building up our card until we've all finished together, all right? And we can chat and you can ask questions and do anything, which I think will be quite nice. So we're going to try it on Wednesday. We're going to start with a really simple card, all right, just to get you into the groove so that you know what's going to happen, all right? So I hope some of you will be able to come along. Be nice to know I'm not going to be on my own. And right now, back to this one. I've got a die cut rectangle. I think this is from the Stitch Shape dies, and I am going to stamp onto this. So here we go. Get my brush out of the way, and I'm going to use the nice big image. And I'm going to bring in Mossy Meadow. And because I know this is lacking in ink, Mum had a bit of an accident. She tried to duck under a falling tree in the grounds. Oh my word! Oh, for heaven's sake. She had to have stitches, Carolyn. Oh God, the trouble is with blood. You've only got to have a tiny little bit of blood and it looks like masses, doesn't it? Oh, heavens above, I hope she's all right. Is she feeling any better today? Right, I'm gonna stamp this here, and I'm gonna stamp it. Oh, now, what I want to do is I want to make sure that my image doesn't go over this dotted line. All right, so I'm going to bring in a post-it note. Post-it notes are so useful when you're a crafter. I don't know whether you've discovered that. And I'm going to put that over that dotted line. And I know I'm being fussy, but there we go. Oh, good, you'll be there Wednesday. Oh, well, I won't be on my own then, Hazel. I won't be talking to myself. So that's good to know. So I'm going to put this down here. Lovely. Cool. Nice, that's what I wanted. Can you see it doesn't go over the edge? I wanted it to look like it was inside of the box. No, they glued it back together. Oh, goodness sake. Did they? Wow, I didn't know they did that. So because the skin is thin, oh, wow. It's going to start at 12 o'clock. It's going to start at 12 o'clock on Wednesday, Carolyn. I think you're on my distribution list. So, if I'm sure you are, in fact. So you will get a reminder, all right? And you'll see the bits that you need. I'm going to try and send it out when we finish today. I think it's ready to send out, so that you've got plenty of time to gather the bits. So this is, shall I around the edge? Why don't I? Is that me green? Yeah. I'm going to put a bit of green on here. I'm just going to very lightly go around the edge, just to highlight that nice scalloped edge. Well, give your mum my best wishes, wouldn't you? And tell her to keep away from low-hanging branches. Okay, good. Right, so this is going to go on here, like so. And I'll need to use dimensionals because I use dimensionals on the back there. So in fact what I might do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put dimensionals just at the top, very close to the top edge. So kind of like a bridge. Yeah, and that's the same at the bottom. It sits on there like so. That's going to go on there. That's going to go on there. Before I stick it down, I need to decide on what about my sentiment. Right, what do we reckon to this happy birthday here? Let's see how big that is. It's not too big. Let's just stamp it and see. Right, so let's see if we can find a little shape that I've already die cut to go on the side here. Oh, what about that one? That might be nice. Yeah, that's nice. Right. That is going to go on there. Lovely. You all shouting, clean your stamp. Okay, so again, I'm going to bring back my little thingy, just go around the edge. Shall I put some of those little seedy head things on? That might look quite nice. And that can go on there, like so. Yeah, let's put some of the little seedy head things. Those. She shouldn't be walking down in the woods on her own as she's... Oh, flipping heck. That's true. Oh, what a worry, Carolyn. Oh dear. She could have been there for ages. Oh dear. Okay. Did you tell her off? I bet you did. Once the worry had been got over, I bet you did tell her off. Okay. I'm going to put some dimensionals on that, I think. This would be a bit difficult to put through the post. You'd have to send it as a large letter because it's going to be quite thick. But that's fine. I don't mind. Right, so that's going to go on there. And that's going to go on there. And I've got green ink on my fingers. Wait, I'm managing to put green ink on my card. Let's get rid of these little backing pieces. Oh, good. You did. Oh, good. You're going to be with us on Wednesday, are you, Val? Lovely. So who else thinks they might be able to come and join us? I saw Hazel, saw Val, Carolyn. It did. Oh, oh dear. Well, she must take her alarm with her, mustn't she? But I know your mum, and she's very independent soul, isn't she? Oh dear. Trouble is, it's a lovely day out today, and when it's lovely, You think, oh, I'll just go out for a little walk. Go outside and do this, or go outside and do that. And it's, you know, it's one of those things, isn't it? Right, bring in me pearls. What did I do with my pearls? I've put them down somewhere. I'll put them back in the box. That would be too tidy, wouldn't it? Oh, I've got another packet here. Let's use those. And I'm looking round to see. Right, I'm going to put a big pearl. Turn over, you horrible thing. Oh, now it's stuck to my finger. I'm going to get another one. Right, that covers up that blob there. And I'm just going to put one there. And another big one there. And that's all that's going to go on that card. So there we go. There's another card done. You can see I'm kind of doing lots of monochrome cards. Oh, good. I'm glad you're going to be there, Linda. And Sue. Oh, excellent. Oh, that'd be lovely. I'm so pleased that you're going to be there. Some of you will have done mystery stamping before, because we've done it at Crafty Piglets. But it would be lovely if some of you that aren't Crafty Piglets can come along too. It's not difficult. It's quite fun. Right, now I'm going to get another piece of card. And I'm definitely not going to use Mossy Meadow, right? So, there's a piece of card, a card base. How are we doing time-wise? Oh, it's only nearly 3 o'clock. Oh, we've not been going very long. Right, so this is going to go on here. Now, I'm going to stamp this in the middle of in the middle here. And I'm going to use, what am I going to use? Oh, I'm going to use crumb cake. Crumb cake. Oh, I just stuck my finger in my crumb cake now. I'm wiping it on my trousers. But it'll come off. Right, crumb cake on my stamp. And I'm going to line that up, and I'm just going to literally put that there in the middle, like so. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim off some of the side. I'm going to trim off 3/4 of an inch on that side, 3/4 of an inch on that side, like so. So that will go down the middle of my card. So that's going to go down there like that. And then I've got room to do something else. Now, let's get me those bits out of the way. What I'm going to do is I am going to use this. Now this is a stamp from another stamp set that I don't know that I've shown you. Right, it's this one. It's called Borders to Backgrounds, and as you can see, it's just long strips with images on, and I've got this one handy, and I've got this one, but I think I love this one with the bigger blobs, but I wanted just this one for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in Sahara sand. I want something quite light. What do I want? I've done that in there, and oh, I'm going to use crumb cake, but I'm going to stamp it off, I think. Let me try it. So because it's a long stamp, it's much easier to take the ink to the stamp. Right. Let's just see. Lovely. Oh, that's not too bad actually. I'm just gonna do it as I did it. Now that's really funny, girls, because I know you've been watching for a little while, but Facebook has just popped up a little message to say that you're watching. And I know you're watching because you've been commenting. I know you're there. So it's very, very odd. I don't understand Facebook. You know I don't. Right, so that's going to go there, kind of. Lovely. I'm going to do another one up. Kind of makes it look like it's growing out of the ground. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move it across and see if I can fill in some of the space. And then I'm going to stamp off a bit. I'm going to turn it round, upside down. And I'm not re-inked it this time. I'll just... There we go. Nice straight line. Would help if I was a bit straighter. But we didn't see that, did we? It's okay. It's fine. So there we go. So that is that. Clean your stamp, Wendy. I'll wave to you both. So, now I'm going to just put happy birthday across the bottom here. What shall I use? Oh, I tell you what. In the sweet ice cream set, there is a gorgeous happy birthday. But I think it might be, yeah, it's too big to go across there. But it is lovely. It's enormous. This one here. It is so nice, but it's too big for what I want. So I am going to use the happy birthday from this stamp set, the one we just used. Yeah, that'll be fine. That will do lovely. And I'm just going to stamp this in the corner here, or above the corner. Let's do it above the corner. There we go. Oh, and it's popped up to say you're watching as well, Judy. How are you getting on with your painting? Okay, right. Oh, I've managed to get ink on the corners of my stamp. Let me just clean that again. There you go. That's better. That's cleaner. Right. So bring in my... Now, I think I could do with some designer series paper. So I'm going to bring in some of the... I want dark. I am just going to cut. Yep, I'm going to use... This is probably early espresso, I suspect. But that's fine. I'm going to cut this. It's not going to go all the way round. It's going to kind of be a... I'm going to cut it down to 2 inches, 2.5 inches. You can see I'm guessing as I'm almost finished. Oh, well done. Right, so then I'm going to cut that to... How wide is this now? This is now 4 inches. So I am going to cut this to 5.5, like so. And this is just going to go on there, like that. just going to sit there behind it. But before I do that, I am going to wrap some twine around it. Some twine, bring in my silicone mat, so I've got something to... Shall I use the dots? No, I'm going to not use the dots. Right, so wrap some twine around my... How are you getting on with your colouring, Catherine? That's going to go around there like so. Bit tight. Make sure it lays flat. Goes on there. Good. Oh no, I want it to cross over like so. That's it. I want it to cross. So this is going to go across the middle of my card, sort of there. I'll use my grid paper, a handy tool for making sure things go straight-ish. Right, bit of glue. One more to do. You're doing a back. Well done. Brilliant. Brilliant. It's good to do them in batches. Then you've got them, haven't you? So I'm going to put that. So second one up from the big line. Second one up from the big line. Dot, 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 dot. There we go. And then this is going to go on here, and I'm going to push that little crossover bit if I can. I'm going to, hopefully, that's it. That's where I want it, just there. So I'm going to put this onto dimensionals, I think. Or shall I have it flat? No, let's have it flat. There we go. It's gonna go there, there. Oh, and I've lost my little crossover bit. Oh, come on, come on. I've stuck it out. Oh, never mind. I won't have a crossover bit after all. It's got stuck behind there. That's fine. But I will put a bow on. No, shall I? No, I won't put. I won't put a bow on. I take it back. Right. So, pearls. Yes, pearls. Good. Let's use some of these. I'm going to just all different size ones. That's okay. Lovely. So there's another one done. I'll tell you what we could do with this one. We could put a bit of Winkostella on, couldn't we? How about that? Should we do that? Why not? We've got it. Winkostella. I'm just going to put it in the top pieces here. Just there. Go. Just a little bit. There we go, there's another card done. We're doing well, aren't we? Right, another one. So, now, this one. This is one I did prepare earlier. I'm doing my, I've got glue on there. I mean ink on there, so I'm not going to use that bit. I'll use that later. I'm going to do my Blue Peter bit. Right, so I've got a card base here. I've got a flat piece. And what I've done is I have cut out, I've stamped and fussy cut some of the shapes, and they are lovely to cut out, I must say. Really easy. So for 2 weeks on the trot, I've done some fussy cutting. So I was quite pleased. Right, so there's that one, and then there's the nice big one. Now, so what I'm thinking is, what's that? No, I want a card base, not a bigger card base out. Lovely. Glad you think it looks nice, Linda. So, so we're just going to place these in the corner here. Now, before I do, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to stamp in this corner. You know I like stamping in the corner. So let's use, what shall I use? I am going to use, I want something quite big. I'm going to use this one. And I am going to use crumb cake, I think. Oh no, yes, I use crumb cake. But I'm going to stamp it off. Right, so here we go. Thank you, Penny. I'm glad you like it. Yep. So, in fact, what I'm going to do... Oh, look, I've gone and stamped on me one of my die cuts. When my fussy cut images. I'm not going to put too much stalk on. Because I'm literally going to... Perhaps I'll do the same at the top here. But it's only going to be very light. I didn't mean to do that one as dark, but not a problem. Or shall I turn it over? No, I'm going to turn it over because I want it to be right. So stamp off and then stamp. You get too excited, you see, sometimes. Nearly. Okay. Okay, so that's like that. So good. So clean this stamp. They say we're going to have snow, don't they? I hope we don't get... I hope there's not too much and it doesn't cause too much disruption for people. Snow, in my mind, should stay on Christmas cards and at the top of mountains, as far as I'm concerned. Now, will I use that one? I don't know that I will. Let me see. I could do that. And no, I don't want those. No, I want this to be like so. And I'm literally just laying that over there. That, like so. Let's pop that one. I think I might cut the stalk off that. Let me see. Oh, I guess what I could do is I could cut the stalk off of that a bit, couldn't I? What do you reckon? Cut that off there. Cut that off there. that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick that down with some glue, and I'm going to use liquid glue. Liquid glue has not been used today, so I'm going to use it because it gives me a chance to wriggle things round a bit. It's going to go on there like that. So, and I'm not worrying if it's coming over, but I will stick my, because I can always snip it off. So that's going to go there. Is that going to go there? Yeah, that's going to go there. This one is going to go, not going to go there. No, I'm going to put this like so. It's going to go right, so. And then these little bits I can pop up on dimensionals, I think. Oh, here we go. My stomach's starting to rumble, girls. Oh, I knew it would. And this is going to go on here, like so. I'm going to have a slurp, see if that stops my stomach rumbling. I've got some tea that I made before we started. Have you got a drink? Stop and have a drink, girls. A bit of refreshment. No, I've got one of these little thingies here to do. Let's put that there, I think. So I need some little mini dimensionals because he's quite small, isn't he? Let's bring some mini dimensionals out of the drawer. I know I've got some. You can guarantee it'll be the last packet that I pick up. Right? Mini dimensionals. No. Yep, it's going to be the very last packet that I pick out of my drawer, girls. I keep picking up packets of big ones, and I don't want big ones, I want little ones. Oh, here we go. There we go. See, I told you, the last packet I pick up. Let me just snip the top. Okay. So this is our little sycamore seed head thing. I think we all agreed it might be. I'm going to pop this along here. There, and then I need a very thin bit to go there. So I'm going to snip one in half. Can you see there's instead of the ends being cut on the minis, they're not cut at all. So I'm just going to cut a tiny little bit like so. Try again. I've got a little snip there, and I'm going to try and snip that like so. There we go. Okay. So this is going to go on here. Oh, just got to get off this little bit now. Tricky. Good. It's just going to pop there, like so. So, because I've got these bits sticking out, all right, it's much easier to cut them off and make sure they're straight. If I was to try and do this from here, I could cut into my base card. So always turn it over and do it from the back. It's much easier. Get a much straighter edge when you do it that way. Right. Just those little bits that were sticking over, not many. Do you think I need a bit up there? I think I do. I am going to stamp what am I going to stamp that in? I'm going to stamp the, oh, where's the little, funny little one? I've lost it. Just a minute, girls, while I have a little poke around. I thought I had cut out one of the ones with the two little bits on. I haven't used it, have I? No, I haven't used it. So let me stamp it, and then I'm going to cut it out. You'll have to watch me do some fussy cutting. I'm going to cut that, pop that there. You watch, as soon as I start fussy cutting, it will turn up. That's okay. Right, so I'm going to bring in my little scissors, my little snips. These I find just so lovely to cut with. So I'm just going to, they're a nice thin blade, which if you're not good at fussy cutting, like what I'm not, right, they do help you a lot. So I'm just literally going to fussy cut this out. And I like to leave a little bit of an edge around my fussy cutting. Who else does fussy cutting? I know I did some last week, and I know Val, you did some fussy cutting of those flowers from paper blooms, didn't you? I can't talk and fussy cut at the same time. Have you noticed this? You do. Good, Hazel. If I do, I lose concentration. Now I'm going to come and do that bit afterwards. Do you make funny noises when you're fussy cutting? Apparently I do. And I also stick my tongue out when I'm doing it, you know, just like you used to when you were little. Yes, sitting watching a DVD. Oh, you like to do your fussy cutting? Yes, right. You did all your fussy cutting whilst you were watching Love Actually. Yay! Oh, I love that film. Oh, every time it's on the television, I have to watch it. And if I'm watching something else, I have to tape it. And I must have watched it Well, I don't know how many times. It is one of my favourite films. But then I do think Hugh Grant is so funny. I know he's not always like that in his films, I mean, but the ones like Love Actually and Four Weddings and a Funeral, he's such a dope, isn't he? Good. There you go. So there's my... And I am just going to pop this up here. I'm not even going to put it on dimensionals. I'm going to glue it. Right. So, oh, and our snips come with a nice cover to them, so you can't poke your finger when you're getting them out of a drawer or something, which I think is lovely. So let's put a little bit of glue on here. Now, can you see I've put a blob of glue there that's going to spread. My little tip for doing that is, if you, probably did this last week, if you put too much glue on something, Notting Hill, oh, it was Notting Hill you were watching, was it? If you just put it onto your silicone mat and press it down, alright, that will get the excess glue off, and it will stay behind on your silicone mat, and you'll be able to rub it off later. So this is going to go on, where am I going to put that? It's just going to go there, like so. There we go. I like Notting Hill as well, when he does the dance down the stairs. That's the one, isn't it, Val? When he does the silly dance down the stairs. So that's going to go on there. Lovely. I'm going to put that on with some seal. I like The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. Oh, Harry Potter! Yay! I've not got my Harry Potter films out for ages. And I was thinking the other day, I think I need to have a Harry Potter fest. I've got all of them right from the start. I've got all the books as well, and I do love them. I really do love them. I like The Hobbit too, but Harry Potter, give me Harry Potter any time. I must have watched them about 6 times and read the books easily a dozen times. I wasn't quite one of those that queued up at the bookshop when the books came out, but I could easily have been. I think if I'd have been younger, I would have been. If I'd have had a child, I would have been queuing, because I'd have had an excuse to go and queue. Right, so I need a sentiment. What do you think? A sentiment in a circle? I do. I think a sentiment in a circle would be lovely. I'm going to punch a 2-inch circle from Designer Series paper. And I don't want anything too dark. I'm just going to use that one. I think that's So Saffron, I think. You've got the books. Lovely. Yeah, they're lovely. I love them. I love them all. Do you know, it's one of the books that I have not been able to get. I listen to a lot of audio books. Alright. And did you know that from the library you can get audio books free? But I tell you what, the queue to get Harry Potter is so long. I've been waiting for a Harry Potter book on audiobook from the library. So I might have to pay and get it on, so I own it. Soft suede. Do you think that's soft suede? No, I think that's too light for soft suede. Tamsin is a massive Harry Potter fan. Oh, I would love to go to the studio tour. Oh, I'm never going to go. Never going to be able to go. Too far away now. Well, of course, when you were in where you used to live. You weren't that far away, were you? I would love to go. I suppose it's all closed now, isn't it? Yeah, it must be closed. Right, I'm going to put that there. I'd forgotten that Tamsin was a Harry Potter fan as well. Lovely. Now I'm going to stick that onto there, like so. Where's my snail? Look at that! Sometimes you do make lovely designs when you're just... Oh, why is this running out? No, it's not running out. Where's me? There we go. It's near SU on stage next. Is it? It's near Farnborough, is it? I thought it was up in Hemel Hempstead way. Oh, I could go. Oh no, I can't go. Do you think... Oh, I do hope we get to go to On Stage, girls. I really do. I'm going to put some... I'm going to just stamp some little... It's in Watford, yeah. So Watford to Farnborough is a long way, isn't it? Well, it is to me. And what am I going to do with this? Shall I put some dots on, or shall I put some... I'm going to use crumb cake, but I'm going to stamp off. I should have done it before I put it onto the back of DSP. It's only an hour away. You're like me then, Val. Yeah. Don't own up to the fact that you've been watching it. Right. Does Chris like Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings? Oh. I wish you hadn't told me that it's on the other side of London to Farnborough. That's what I thought. It is the other side of London, and I don't like driving in London. I mean, I can just about get to Farnborough. Oh, I tell you what, girls. Do you know, I was just thinking that, Val. Because we're all going up together, aren't we? We could go. We could make a piglets trip to the, what's it called? The studios. Oh, I would love that. Oh, I would. Oh, makes me even more excited about going to On Stage. Right, now get back to what I was doing. Right, so that's going to go on there, and I think I could do with a bit of no, I'm not going to put anything on it. Have I glued that to that? I have, yeah. I'm going to just pop that on dimensionals. How we do? Good grief, girls, have you seen what the time is? It's 3:30. Have you all fallen asleep? You're not bored out of your brains, are you? I don't want you to be bored. I'm going to make one more card. Right, so it's, well, have you been, Linda? Oh, you just go around the M25. Oh, of course. The London car park, as it used to be when I lived up there. Because I used to live in Bracknell. And we used to have a friend who lived in Chertsey. And it was always, you know, horrible. Stopped. So we used to call it the London car park. But that's true, because we'll be on the M3 at Farnborough, and then we could We could go round the M25. Shall I put some twine behind it? Go on. Let's stick some twine behind it. What are you saying no to, Hazel? Let's put it there. Oh, I'm getting myself in a sticky mess. I'm going to make a loopy thing. Where's my big scissors gone? Oh, there they are. Right in front of my eyes. Right. Loopy thing. Stick that on there. Stick that on there. Use the dimensionals to keep it stuck down. Right. Oh, it's gone top to bottom instead of side to side. But that's okay. You've not fallen asleep. Oh, good. I've been at some of these. Oh, Diagon Alleys. There's a Diagon Alleys there. Oh, wow. Oh, I want to go. I want to go. Right, I'm going to pop that on there. Like so. Sort of in the middle of my card. There we go. Twizzle that a bit. Twizzle that a bit. That's it. That's fine. That's got twisted. There we go. So there we go. There's another card. Right, one more to do. I've got an idea in my head. That I want to try out. So let me bring in. This will be the last one, girls. Right. Piece of card. That's going to go on there. Now, what I did was I die cut. This is a 2.5 inch circle. And what I thought I might like, I'm going to try is, I want to try one of those. You're not sleeping here. Or you are sleeping. Oh. Right, so what I'm going to do is, do you remember when I was doing the Christmas cards, I did that circular thing and then I stamped the dove on it? Well, I thought I could try that with this big flower. So I'm thinking that that's too big. I'm going to punch a 2-inch circle. There we go, 2-inch circle. Where's the 2-inch circle punch? 2-inch circle punch. Here you go. Okay, and that's going to go right. So I'm going to stamp the big image, and I am going to use. I want a grey. I'm going to use grey granite because we've done a lot of crumb cake and we've done a lot of browns, haven't we? So here we go. So I'm going to stamp this in grey granite, and then I'm going to stamp that there, like so. Oh, nice. That's nice. I like that. It shows up even more, the little lines on the drawing. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my little 2-inch circle. Oh, and that will just go around there nicely. So I know I said I'm going to, so I'm going to bring in some smoky slate. And I'm going to use Mossy Meadow. Now I have no idea, girls, what this is going to turn out like. I'm really winging it here. I'm just going to bring in my brushes. Okay, so this is... Oh, lovely, Val. Thank you. Oh, lovely. I'd like to see what you've been doing. you post a picture of what you've been doing, Judy, and what you've been doing, Catherine? Be nice to see. Right, here we go. Keep that flat. Okay. Now keep that there. Now I don't have one for greys at the minute. I'm waiting for some more to come. Okay. Is that going to show up? I don't know. So this is, I'm doing it in smoky slate. I'm going to grab hold of that and I'm going to bring that round. Oh, look at that. How cool is that? Cool, it just shows you with the right tools, girls, even somebody like me can do something nice. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that. It's really nice. So I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of that. They are whip no finished articles. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure they're lovely. I'm sure they are really nice. So I am going to cut this down. I'm going to cut this down. I'm going to cut an inch off. I'll cut an inch off. No, 3/4 of an inch. I can always cut an inch off once I've done it. Right, so 3/4 there. 3/4 there. Oh, work in progress. Aha, that's all right, Catherine. We all have works in progress, I tell you. Right, so that's that. So now what I'm going to do you remember the stamp that I was showing you that's got the little lines on it? Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this down because I want this to be I'm going to take some off here, and this is going to go on here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in this, and I'm going to stamp this. Yeah, that measures. Cool. Measures about 3/4 of an inch. So by my reckoning, that could go down there, like so. Right, here we go. Here we go, girls. So I'm going to use... Oh, shall I use grey granite? No, I think grey granite's a bit too... I'm going to use smoky slate, because I think grey granite will be too dark. So I'm going to use smoky slate. You need to find your glue dots. Well, I can't help you because I can't see your craft space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp this. I might have to cut a bit off these. Oh, cool. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move it along a bit. Not inked it up again. It's very, very pale. In fact, I could add a bit of green on there, couldn't I? Because my mossy meadow is it's not heavy, so I could. So let me just do this here, like so, and then move it along a bit, so that I kind of fill in the gap. Right. clean it. So I'm making my own backing paper in a way. I'm going to bring in... No, she hasn't got a lot of space. You're right, Val. It won't take her long to look for it, will it? Just going to clean this block because I've got a lot of it. Okay, right, so just get any residue off. Right, and now I'm going to stamp it lightly, not too heavily. Now, do I need to stamp it off? Let's have a look. I do. I'm going to stamp it off. Stamp it off very gently. And then I'm going to go over it. So that brings together... Oh, look at that. That's interesting. Brings together the colours. You've got to go, okay. You mean for the proper pigs, not the piglets? Yeah? Oh dear. What, Carolyn, go slow is all I can say. Do not hurtle, right? You know why I'm saying it. And thank you very much for joining us. It's been lovely having you with us. The joys of having animals, eh? Oh, I'm gonna... Oh, do you know what I've done, girls? Have I gone and done the wrong edge? Should I have done it the other way? Oh no, no, that's... Oh look, I'm gonna have to take some more off this. Because I did it on the wrong edge, didn't I? Instead of doing it on the... So I'm gonna cut off half an inch. Yes, see you soon, Carolyn. Take care. Yay, that's it. That's what I intended. Of course it was. Right, that's going to go like that. Bring in my card base. Oh. Okay. So, that is going to go. Oh, look at that. Wow. Oh, I like that a lot. Now, what am I going to put as my sentiment? Shall I have a circle? Because there's a circle there, I'm thinking a circle would look nice. And I am going to bring in... I'm going to try it with Mossy Meadow. Or... No. I'm going to... Oh, nearly dropped it. Got ink on my fingers again. Right, where's my happy birthday? Will that fit on there? Yeah, let's put that on there. Happy birthday. Lovely. And then I'm going to bring in a smoky slate. And what I'm going to do is I am going to go. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to do any more. Done. Okay, let's put this last card together. Okay. I've lost me, let's use this one. Oops. I think this is about to run out. In fact, I know it's about to run out because I can see the brown bit. I'll just add a few little bits. That's going to go on my card. We'll make sure the fold's at the right side. Your phone's dying. Okay, see you on Wednesday, Judy. Thank you very much for being with us and staying for so long as well. There you go. And then that's going to go on there. That's going to go on there. Here we go. I think it's just died. Oh no. Okay. That's going to go on there, like so. And then this is going to go on dimensionals. I do love this stamp set. I think it is lovely. And it's what I would call, you could ink the edge of the circle in Mossy Meadow. I could, Val. Why don't I do that? Why don't I do that? I've still got a bit of Mossy Meadow on me. On here. Why don't I do that? That's a good idea. Do you think it's taking it too far if I put some Mossy Meadow around the edge of my card? Why don't I do that as well? Oh, blimey. Now, I'm going to have to be a bit careful because I don't want to... I'm going to miss that bit. I'm going to do this hand here. Just to take the edge off it a little bit. And add a bit of interest. Oh, look at that. What do you reckon, girls? In fact, I'm going to go over this. I'm going to do the bottom and the top. What a good idea, Val. Brilliant idea. So there we go. That's going to go there. Like that. Up there. And I'm going to use my... Well, I'm going to try and tie a knot in my twine. Let's see. You know me, I like tying bows. Oh, this makes nice bows. Oh, lovely. Nice. Cool. There we go. I'm just pushing everything out of the way. A glue dot. Did you find your glue dots, Hazel? Because I've lost mine now. I had them earlier on. Where's my glue dots gone? Can you shout out where my glue dots are? Otherwise, oh, here they are. I put them back in the little box that I keep on my desk. Just being too tidy, you see. Alright, pop that behind there. Here we go. And I am literally just going to pop that there. Now I'll bring in some foils, just because I can. We'll use where are we going to put pearls? Oh, I am just going to 1, 2 there, and then 1 opposite there. What do you reckon? So there we go, there's another card. Well, what an exciting... I have learned a lot this afternoon. I really have. I'm just going to get rid of this grid paper. Oh. Okay. So let me just clear some space. In fact, I'll turn it over. Oh well. And I'm going to dig out all the cards we've made. And all using one stamp set and a few other bits thrown in. Trying to get them on the picture so that you can see them all. God, we've done 6 cards, girls. I'm going to put that one down the bottom there. Blimey. I didn't realise we'd done 6. How cool are that? I will take a picture so that you can see them. If I move my camera, I will never get it back in place again. Right, so there they all are. 6 of them. What gorgeous cards, even though I say so myself. I'll take a picture and I will do a blog post, and I will put the picture on the blog post, alright, and I'll give you the names of all the stamp sets that I've used, the colours that I've used, and of course if there's anything you fancy having a little shop for, my online store, there will be a link there as well. So thank you very much. Thank you, Val. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you so much for sticking with me. It's been lovely having you there. And till we meet again on Wednesday, I hope I see all of you there as well. Okay, if not, it'll be next Saturday. All right. Thank you very much. Bye, girls. Have a good weekend.